today's lesson, we're going to talk about using a metronome. And it's so important to use a metronome while you practice, because what you want to do is start at a slow tempo and gradually build up speed over time. Okay, so you could either use the metronome in the toolbox above, or you could purchase your own metronome. And right here I have a QuickTime metronome. It runs on 9-volt batteries. I've owned this type of metronome for about the past 16 years. So I'm a big fan of the QuickTime. So let me just go into how to use this particular metronome. Okay, so this is my metronome of choice. This is a QuickTime QT3. It's very easy to use. 2 buttons on the front. So this decreases the tempo, this increases the tempo. And along the side here, there's a little slider. So we'll turn that on by sliding it 1 notch. And as you can see now, LED screen's lit up with a 100 BPM, so that's 100 beats per minute. So this is actually flashing and ticking at 100 beats per minute. Now we could use these buttons here to reduce the tempo, so reduce the speed. So 90 beats per minute, and we can go higher, so like so. Push it 1 time just to move it up 1 notch, or we could hold it down and it goes faster through the numbers. Now this goes down to 40 beats per minute and it goes up to 250 beats per minute. So you have quite a range on this metronome. Now if you get tired of the ticking sound and you just want the light flashing, you can go over here and slide it 1 more time and it'll just have the flashing light. I like to have it with the ticking because I don't like to have to look at the metronome as I practice. All right, now one more feature actually has a tuning fork feature. So it gives you the sound 2 octaves higher than the 5th string open. And they call that A440. So A440 refers to that particular tuning. So that's if you're in a pinch and you don't have your tuner handy. All right, so those are all the features of the QT3, and we'll be using this metronome in today's lesson. Okay, so I have this metronome set at 60 beats per minute, and what I want you to do is try tapping your foot along with it. So it'd be tap, 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 tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. So tap your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you're used to tapping your foot, what I want you to do is play all the open strings. So get your right hand strumming the open strings. 2, 3, 4. Follow along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so once you're used to doing that, now let's try the G chord. So we'll play a G chord and we'll strum along with the metronome. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we'll try chord progression. So we'll go from a G chord to a D chord, back to a G chord, okay? Along with the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. To a D. Back to G. Okay, so now what you can do while you're practicing is set the metronome to 60 like I did right now. And then you can practice whatever chord progression you're working on at that particular tempo. And once you do that for, say, 20 repetitions or 5 minutes or however you want to measure that, then as long as you have that chord progression down, then you can increase the speed in increments of 5. So now I set it to 65. As you can hear, it's not too much faster, so you're actually not really going to notice too much of a difference, which is perfect for when you're gradually building up speed. And then at 65, once you get used to that, increase it up to 70. So remember, we're just going increments of 5 as we increase the tempo. And then whatever your goal is, suppose your goal is 120. So you just gradually get faster by increments of 5 with your metronome as you're practicing particular sections. Usually I'd recommend practicing your treble spots. So you want to focus on the treble spots, or the spots that you're having the most amount of trouble with, instead of practicing something that you're already really good at. Okay, so work on your treble spots with a metronome, gradually increasing the speed in increments of 5, and if you keep doing that, before you know it, you'll be able to play at that particular tempo, which is your goal. So in this case, we said 120. As you can hear, that's much faster, but as we gradually build up speed over time, it is going to be a lot easier to reach your goals that way. Okay, so like I said, you can use the metronome in the toolbox above, or if you have your own metronome, you could use that as well, and start at a slow tempo, like 60 beats per minute, and gradually build up speed over time in increments of 5 beats per minute. Be sure to work on your treble spots rather than parts of songs that you're really good at, and you can do repetition exercises with the metronome. All right, so that about does it for today's lesson. Have fun, and I will see you next time.